Hey y'all, I'm Pam with 44 Marketplace and Creative Finishes by Pam, also one of the co-founders of the Bells and Boat Tour, and I wanted to chit chat with you guys today for a few minutes about spraying. I've probably gotten, 8 or 10 messages today about spraying Dixie Belle paint. So today we're going to go over a few things about spraying Dixie Belle paint. But I wanted to let you guys know it is now official. Apollo Sprayers is going to be the exclusive spray system of the Bells and Boat Tour. And I've got another one of their systems here, but I'm going to show you on this piece of cardboard over here how you can dial in a sprayer or know that you've got your atomization correct so that you get a good spray on the paint that you are trying on the piece that you're working on. Okay, I'm going to tilt this down so you can see this sprayer. A lot of you guys are looking for a sprayer that is more economical than the sprayer that I purchased. This one is the Apollo Eco 3. I just got it in. It is amazing and it is less than $700. So if you don't want to invest the money that I did in mine, you can get this one for less than $700. So that may be the way you want to go. All right. So now that we've gotten over that, I'm going to go over a few things with you. A lot of people have learned that spraying the Dixie Belle paint is a great way to get your system, get your workflow to move faster. So I want to go over a few things that will maybe help you guys, help you get along. First of all, you always strain your paint before you put it into a sprayer. I don't care what kind of sprayer you have, it always has to be strained. Also, because a chalk mineral paint is a thicker paint, do not use Floetrol. Floetrol is not your friend when you're using something that is already this thick. It is not your friend. Use water. Don't use tap water, because if you have hard water, soft water, there's a million things that can happen. Always use some type of bottled water. If you want to use spring water, if you want to use RO water, whatever water you want to use water. Use it to thin your paint. In most cases, you should not ever have to thin more than 25%. Not ever. Most you're going to have to thin it at least 10, maybe 15%. But never thin it more than 25%, because then you're going to affect the color and that kind of thing. So you can get these. I have these in my little Amazon storefront so that you know which ones I buy. They're inexpensive. This is the less expensive system. There's what the gun looks like. It does come with a Teflon lined can. But today is about me showing you how to spray correctly. We're going to spin you around a little so you can see the paper that we're going to be working on. This is my new system. This is my Apollo Precision 5. It does have a Teflon lined can, and as you can see, it is pressurized. And as with most of them, this is going to give you a horizontal spray, this is going to give you a vertical spray, and this is going to give you a circle for a spray, okay? All right, most of them adjust the same way. The majority of them, you can adjust the air pressure, and you can adjust the amount of fluid that comes through. So we've got all of that out of the way. This one, the reason I love it is because I can also use a gravity fed gun, I can have it fed from the bottom, and I can use a pressure pod. So that's why I got this one. So, Bells and Boat Tour, the great thing about them being our sponsor, guess what we're gonna have for a class in Atlanta? Who wants to learn how to spray? Get your tickets now, because we're gonna learn how to spray. Today I'm going to walk you through something. A lot of the questions that I get about spraying is the dots. Why do the dots look like they do? Well, actually the dots aren't dots, they're paint particles, but we'll call them dots so it's easier for everybody else. But the dots, you want the dots to meet together and form a nice smooth finish. So I'm going to show you what happens if you get a sprayer where you can adjust the air pressure and the fluid control, how you can get a better finish. Now there is going to be some noise because we're going to crank up this baby and I want you to see. All right, ready? All right, this is what you want it to look like. All right. Now, when you look at this, I'm going to move you guys a little closer because I want you to see what I'm doing. Okay, so when you look at this spray pattern, do you see how everything looks kind of even? There's not big polka dots out here or anything like that. You can see that almost all of this is atomized exactly the same. So when you are spraying your paint, you want it to be atomized. You want it to give a nice smooth flow so that these all flow in together. Okay, you want the dots to flow together and give you a smooth pattern. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like if I dial my pressure down and spray it again, and you're going to see that there's big dots out around here. Okay, you ready? Noise again. All right, now I'm going to move you up a little closer because I want you to see. Now can you see how I've got a bunch of big dots out around this pattern? That means that my paint is not atomized evenly. That means I do not have enough pressure coming through my gun. So the only way to fix that is to either dilute my paint mixture further or to up the pressure. And in some cases you may have to do both. Now I know that this is the right measurement because I paint all the time. But if you saw this, you would know, and I'm going to turn it down again so you can see how if it's even less pressure, it's even worse. Okay, so now on this last one, you can see there's lots of big dots. There's big dots all around it, which tells you that your paint is not atomized evenly at all. I don't know if you can see it from where you are, but this shows you that you've got a lot of big dots on this perimeter, and that is not what you want when you're spraying furniture. You want a nice, even atomization, a nice mist. In fact, this is already almost dry. Look at that. So that's what I'm saying. To get a good finish, you've got to sometimes have a great skill set, but you also have to have the right equipment. And even after you get the right equipment, you have to know how to adjust it. So because I've gotten so many questions today about the dots being spread out and splattering and things like that, this is what you're going for. You want a nice, smooth atomization, whether you're spraying your top coat, whether you're spraying your base coat, whatever you're doing, you want a nice smooth atomization so that all of those dots mesh and make you a nice smooth coat of paint versus seeing all of these dots everywhere, because if you see a lot of dots and they dry like that, guess what happens? You're going to have orange peel. Another thing that can cause you not to have a great spray is if you shake your paint. I know everybody likes to just grab their paint up and shake it, but I'm telling you, if you're getting ready to spray especially, do not shake that paint because you think that those air bubbles can't go through. Now this one does have a filter on the bottom of it, but I'm going to tell you, you really don't want those air bubbles to transfer to your piece, because what happens is those air bubbles land on your piece, and the paint bubbles land on your piece, and then when that paint bubble bursts, it leaves pock marks, leaves little craters on your piece. So if you guys are looking, I'm going to show you this one. You really want your piece to be so that when you put this on there, there's no foamy top. I know a lot of times when you are painting, you end up with, if you shake it, you can end up with a foamy top, especially if you've mixed it with water to dilute it. So I'm just going to tell you, you want to stir, you always want to strain, and you want to make sure you get as smooth an atomization as you can, because really, when you finish, you want it to look just as smooth as butter, and you want to make it feel that way. If you have more questions about spraying, or you would love to have your hands on one of these sprayers, you need to make plans to come to the Bells and Bow Tour. Like I say, I'm one of the co-founders. Bells and Bow Tour first stop is in New Jersey on November the 3rd, just barely a week and a half away. And then the second stop is on January the 18th, and it is going to be here in Conyers, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. And guess what? We are going to have a spray class. Apollo is now our official sponsor, and we're going to have sprayers there. And it's not going to be me showing you how to do it on a piece of cardboard. It's going to be me showing you and you spraying your piece, because the best way to learn how to do something is not always just watching a video or listening to somebody chat with you like I am. It's putting your hands on a sprayer and getting the feel for how much pressure do you put on the trigger, how to adjust the fluid, how to adjust the air, because I can show you all day right here, but until you feel how much pressure you put on the trigger to get how much fluid out, that's going to make the difference for you. And we are going to have a spray class in Atlanta. We have plenty of space. We're going to have a spray class, and it is going to be so much fun. I think we still have early bird tickets available in Atlanta, so you still got time. And we've already got our hotel set up. We're staying at the Country Inn and Suites. So if you have questions about spraying, please hit me up. I'm Pam at 44 Marketplace. And if you want to learn how to spray, you need to come to the Bells and Bow Tour in Atlanta on January the 18th. See you there. Thanks for watching.